What's up, everybody? This is Dark Macek with Brutally Delicious, coming at you with a review of Aevum's brand new album, Glitch. So this is a really fun album that seems to span two distinct styles. About half of the songs fall into a dance metal style, and the other half seem like a lighter symphonic metal. The obvious comparison is Amaranth, because they're another kind of dance metal band. They also feature both male and female vocals, with the man being a bit more harsh. Pretty typical of the genre, apparently. The style is a bit different than what I'm used to, and in my mind, the prototypical dance metal song is Universe on Fire by Gloryhammer. When we take something like Desire from this album, it's amazingly catchy, you can totally dance to it, but it feels different than that Gloryhammer song. Compare this to the song The Traitor. It's not particularly danceable, but it's a very heartfelt symphonic metal song, and I think it's just as much of an accomplishment, if not more. Some other highlights from the album were What's in a Name. It's a very unusual style, definitely not the dance style. The vocal melody kind of reminds me of Powerwolf. I get the feeling you guys are going to hear this and think I'm nuts, but really, that's what I hear. The song 7 has a great guitar solo. I noted here that the production is pretty atypical for metal and that the guitars are pretty low in the mix. It totally works for most of these songs, which seem to have either a synth or vocal highlight. Again, it's either symphonic or dance, so probably not your typical metal Slayer kind of thing where the guitars are taking the lead. The song Jump, major standout. My first thought when hearing this beat is that this would kick ass on the 70,000 Tons of Metal pool deck stage. I can totally see a few hundred drunk metalheads at 4 o'clock in the morning bopping along to this and practically tipping the ship over. It's that good of a beat. One slight detraction I'm going to bring up is that the song I Wish I Had More Time, it started out like it was going to be this big, epic album closer, and unfortunately I thought it just ended far too soon. It didn't reach any kind of catharsis. The title, especially when paired with that kind of introduction, really had me hoping for this giant epic, and unfortunately it wasn't there. But overall, this was still a really fun album. Hope to see these guys on 70,000 Tons of Metal someday. Rock on, everybody.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.